Hey, Lisa. Hello, everybody. It's a short seated practice, Sunday Soul Sessions. We'll get started in a few minutes. It's a short seated practice, so you'll need a meditation cushion, something like that. Let's start the Facebook now. Okay. How are we doing? Thank you all for joining. We'll give it another few minutes. You'll need a meditation cushion, and I think that's it. Yourself. Bring yourself. Happy Sunday. I've been drinking a lot of mint tea. It's nice. A lot of hormonal balancing properties and stress relieving properties in mint I just read up about recently. So it's been nice, the little things, right? Okay, so we'll give it a few more moments. Again, thank you so much for joining. We'll just talk about the seat first. If you're new to sitting, you don't have to sit like this. You can sit in an easy unfolded legs like this. If that's not working for you, just sitting like that, you can take a rolled up blanket, make kind of like a saddle, and kind of place that between your thighs there and sit like that. There's lots of different things you can do. If you don't have a lot of flexion that's available in your knee joints, you can sit up and place a cushion or a rolled blanket mid-calf and then take a seat. That can be really nice, just to give you a little bit of cushion there between your buttocks and your thighs and your calves squishing into each other. We want a little give there. We want a small dip in the low back, spine nice and tall and spacious. And if you do have a little bit of trouble with this and you haven't quite found your perfect seat, don't worry. It took me a few years to find my comfortable seat. I was always wiggling around and figuring it out. So, it takes some time. So give yourself a break for that too. And just know, if you need to switch out of the posture of the seat for a little while due to comfort, allow yourself that. You can even lean up against a wall or something to help you sit up, or even do this in a chair. Okay, so anyone can join for this. This practice I'm going to teach you today, if you're not familiar with it already, kids really love and enjoy too. So just something to think about if you have little ones. So today I'll talk to you about the Pranayama practice of Bhramari, humming bee's breath. It's an excellent antidote for the racing mind, right? And the buzzing body. When we feel like zzz, we're out here, it brings us right in close and it introverts us. It's withdrawing our senses, tapping us into our subtle layers of being, right? So I drew a little diagram, so a little lesson before we get going. And if you can just see here, I have two people. One person has arrows pointing away from the body over here, and they're bouncing all away from the body, yeah? And this picture here, we have the arrows pointing in towards the body, toward the person there. What we want to do, we can't be inward all the time. We can't have those arrows pointing in all the time. That's just not available. But what we can do is work on when our arrows are pointing outward. I just love this visual. It's helped me a lot in my own path. When we feel as though those arrows are jumped according to the Vedas, which are holy texts, sacred texts, they basically says one who contains prana within the body, a definition of a yogi, for example. So what we're doing is in pranayama, prana is considered the life force energy and yama restraint. Not so much restraint, right? Or gripping, but controlling. And when we control the fluctuations of the tide and we will the tide with our will, and we manage our pranic management, our energy, we're energetic beings, we can create a desired outcome. Okay, so in times like this practice is amazing. It can be a standalone practice. You can do it anytime like we're going to do today. You can do it at the end of an asana practice before you're going to wrap up and do shavasana or meditation. And it's a perfect antidote for that. It's like you're playing with the chemistry set when you learn these different techniques. So this particular one, we're lengthening our exhalation. When we lengthen our exhalation, we're automatically dropping right into a parasympathetic nervous system response. Blah, 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 blah. Lots of words there. But what that means, to create a softening, a lengthening of our exhalation to eventually calm us down. Because short, rapid breathing takes place upward in the chest, and this is an anxious state. Our mind and breath are directly linked, right? So when we can manipulate and work with our breath consciously and know what it'll help us achieve, we can take the reins of the horse, right? And now we're riding with the horse rather than the horse riding us around or walking the dog, right? Dog walking you or you walking the dog. We can do this. This is an incredibly empowering practice. And I hope that you enjoy this one today that I want to share with you. So pranayama is a therapeutic and rich practice. It's created and designed for us to drop into more from our gross layer into our subtle layers of being. And we never want to force breath. This is a really lovely practice. So I just like to give a little intro to this to begin, because sometimes we try really hard, and pranayama is subtle. It's taking energy and feeling the subtlety of that, and then realizing the effect afterward, right? So this is an excellent thing to do standalone, like I said, at the end of an intense asana practice. For example, if you're doing a bunch of back bends and you're feeling a little blown out, arrows darting away, it drops us right back into our center. And then we are empowered by our conscious effort with this practice because we know what it'll do for us, right? A little goes a long way, and you can have a desired outcome. The desired outcome is hopefully that those arrows start to point inward now, and my energy is collected, my chi, my life force is within the body, right? Rather than everywhere else. It's calming to the mind, it soothes the nerves, and it encourages concentration, balance, and it's shown to reduce high blood pressure as well. So, I mean, there's a ton of benefits. I could go on and on. But mostly to, if anyone, I know a lot of people I've been hearing from your messages and everything. Thank you so much for interacting. I have been really loving helping out and you helping me. So thank you for that relationship. That before bed, you're about to lay down, you're like, I think I need to go to sleep. But the mind is like, just running, right? Again, the antidote to the racing mind. This is an excellent practice to do lying down in bed, sitting up in bed right before you're going to go to sleep. So just keep that in mind too. If you need this later on, you can do this at any time. Unforced. So let's get to the practice. So we want a comfortable seat. Bhramari translates to humming bee breath. So we're making a bee sound when we do this. When we do this practice, we can take the index fingertips and place them at the earlobe cartilage flap. We don't want to stick the finger right in the ear, but we want to place it on the flap, right? So this is a relieving of anxiety practice. We'll go for a few minutes and just sort of see how we feel. So choosing your comfortable seat first. I'll show you what it'll look like first, and then we'll do a practice that'll involve it. So what it'll look like is we're going to take an inhale. You won't be able to hear me, so you need the instruction first. You'll plug those flaps in. We inhale smoothly and sweetly. We sip the inhale. We involve the diaphragm with that inhale. That's what also is going to soothe our system. It's a diaphragmatic breath, right? So we smoothly breathe in. Diaphragm moves down toward the lower abdomen. The lungs fill and expand. When I feel that tippy top of my inhale, I then exhale and hum. I wait till I hear that silence at the end of them. And then I invite another smooth inhale in and up. And so on and so on. We're going to go for a few minutes. It's very introverting practice. When you're practicing this, we can have an internal drishti. Drishti means gaze or internal gazing. You can also have an external drishti, but for this class, for this practice, our eyes are closed, our ear flaps are closed. So when we do that, you really want to accentuate the and wait till you hear that pause at the end, then inhale and begin again. Your gaze is inward and up at the space between the brows. This is a third eye gaze. We don't want to strain the eyes and look up really sharply, but we want to turn the gaze in and up and just stare at the space behind the forehead at the center of the brain, midbrain. Shambhavi Mudra. So we'll do this for a few cycles. So let's just get seated first and open the planes of the body. So we'll inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, soften them down. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. Inhale, shrug up. Exhale, soften down. Good. Inhale, shrug up. The armpits deepen. Exhale, relax them down. From here, we're going to bring the hands to knees or thighs, depending on how you're sitting. We'll just take a gentle cat-cow. So inhale, pull up, open the heart. Gaze lifts or eyes closed. Exhale, gently press into the tops of your hands around the spine. Take your time. When we slow down, we can really feel what's happening. So inhale, gently arching, and exhale. Allowing yourself this time to be gentle. Come back up to a neutral spine. We'll raise the arms around and up. Palms meet. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Smooth inhalation. Feel the diaphragm moving downward. We have this moment. From here, let's bring our left hand across the midline to our right knee. Looking over the right shoulder, a little twist. Let the breath soothe you from the inside. Smooth and patient inhalation. Smooth and patient exhalation. The belly softens first, then the chest at the exhale. Inhale, we fill up. Roots run deeper as the breath lifts. On our exhale, belly gently softens first, then the chest and collarbones, keeping that integrity of spine. Inhale, the arms reach up, rotate back through center, moving like honey. We move to the opposite side. Little twist. Feeling your inhalation all the way, beginning to end. Feeling your exhalation all the way, beginning to end. When we turn to the breath like this, fully, genuinely, we turn toward the present moment rather than away from it. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up, palms meet. Exhale to the heart. We'll begin our practice of Bhramari. You're going to get a little bit lost in it. So when you hear this sound, I don't have my Tinks bell. When you hear, that means to finish up your final round. We'll see how that goes, improvising with my Key West Butterfly Museum pen that my mom bought me when we went to the museum when she was visiting. Beautiful place. Okay, and my mug that my friend Patrick got for me at Christmas. I might come up really close so you can hear that, but I'll ting my mug 3 times, and that'll be finish your last round. Don't need to finish it sharply. Just let yourself enjoy that last cycle, okay? So we're going to do this for a few minutes. Remember, the gaze is inward and up at the space between the brows, behind the forehead, and in the center of the brain. We're gazing into that space, and we're imagining this bee, all the worker bees working to find that queen bee at the center, right? The honey in the center. Okay, so we'll use the fingers to push in on the cartilage flap. Remember, accentuate the wait for the silence at the end, then invite the inhale. And begin. Inhale.
Finishing that final round, keeping your eyes closed. The hands come back to the knees, thighs, or lap. All of your awareness devoted to the space between the brows at the midbrain. Noticing the internal landscape, this inner silent sanctuary that's always here. Being with the natural breath, gazing into the third eye. Noting how you feel right now without any judgment. Scanning, observing sensations present in your breath and in your body. Being with the natural ebb and flow of the breath, watching its presence moving through the container of the body. Join the palms together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra, the place where opposites meet, the bridge of the heart. Giving yourself another moment of pause, of peace. And may all beings know happiness. May all beings know health. May all beings know safety. And may all beings walk in ease along their path. And in honor of all that we are, Namaste. Thank you all. This practice was helpful to you, and you can use this in your life. And
I hope to see you again. Please feel free to hit me up in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. And have a great rest of your Sunday. Okay. Oh, this is still on. Bye, everybody. What's that? We can't touch that, babe. We can't touch it. Put it in a bag, like a paper bag.